Welcome back to another video. Yesterday ended up being absolutely spot on. Basically, I was telling you guys that, expect the move to happen after 10 a.m. And guess what? Price was actually super choppy prior to 10 a.m. Once 10 a.m. happened, you got the changes to delivery and retrace, and then boom, off you go. If you guys followed me on Twitter, I would have also called this, saying that, hey, at 10 a.m., we're finally starting to get what we wanted to see. If you are interested in getting some more timely updates, feel free to follow me on Twitter. But otherwise, shout out to everyone on YouTube, guys. Just understand that I read every single one of the comments every day, especially before I record these videos, and always appreciate all of the kind words. And just this means so much for me. Hard hoof. Like, I don't know your real name, but I've been seeing your comments, and yeah, just glad I've been able to make a difference in your life. But outside of that, we are now at 74 wins out of the last 88 videos that I've made since February, and I'm going to continue keeping up this win streak by getting into today's video. So at the moment, this bearish, kind of resistance that we were looking at should most likely be just, donezo. I don't think we need to take this into account, but for caution's sake, I want to really see like a daily candle close above this before I make any conclusive, judgments. So for now, I'm still going to keep it there, but like overall, the trade direction for today is going to be towards the bullish direction. And the reason for that is when we go into the 1 hourly chart, you'll be able to see that yesterday, once you broke above this, like the setup that I gave you guys was that once you break above it, this blue box right here could become a potential bullish order block. And I asked you guys to watch for price to retrace back into here, and you can potentially take a 2-hour trade, and that is indeed the opportunity that we got. Even if you missed the first one, you would have had a second time to get in. And for today, I don't think it's going to be a lot different. So just giving you guys an idea, at the moment we now have multiple levels of support that we can potentially look for later on heading into the New York session. And there was a comment that I saw on YouTube asking, by when I say like 7 a.m, 10 a.m, like what am I referring to? Just understand that if you are in this game of trading, all of your timings should always be New York time, which depending on the year, it's either UTC -4 or UTC -5 when they're in daylight savings. But just understand that all of the timings that you will ever refer to, whenever any trader talks about timing, it's always New York time. It doesn't matter if you live in Europe, if you live in Asia like I do, as long as you are trading, you want to follow the timing of New York. That is the standardized timing that everyone uses. It just keeps things simple. Going back onto the 1 hourly chart, actually before even this one, I forgot to mention that the daily chart, because yesterday's candle closed bullish, today we are also bullish. And when it comes to the 1 hourly chart, you have, multiple just levels of support that we can potentially find support at before we remotely consider going short. Now, another thing to keep in mind today is that we also have news. This is also one of the reasons, or rather the big reason, that I was able to predict, for example, on yesterday as well as the day before, I was able to predict when the move was going to happen to like a 15 to 30 minute degree. And it's because there is news. And I always like to explain it this way, and why you guys always want to be looking to trade on news days. When you are trading, you're always dealing with 3 different variables. First is direction of price. Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? Second variable, how far up, how far down? And then the third variable is when is that going to happen / how long is it going to take for that move to play out? And what news allows you to understand is that, hey, at 10 a.m. today, you basically know that something's going to happen, right? Because the news introduces volatility. You basically know that something's going to happen. Now it's just your job to determine if price is going to head up or if it's going to head down, or, the other 2 variables basically. And so today it is also going to be the same story. We have news at 10 a.m. and so expect the move to happen sometime between 9:30 to 10:30. It's the exact same advice that I gave you guys yesterday, and that is like, if you take a look at the 1 hourly candles, you'll see it very clearly. Prior to 10 a.m, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then one single at 10 a.m, a single candle just overtook the last like 5-6 hours basically. And I wouldn't be surprised if we got that, kind of similar pattern today. Now that we understand what's going on the 1 hourly chart, basically we want to find support either here or here. Let's hop into the lower time frames. One thing that immediately stands out to me, and one of the reasons why I would have preferred to record today's video a little bit later, is this is the Asia range. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with how session profiles work, if we are long, ideally, we want to see a false sweep underneath the Asia low, ideally sometime during London, or in today's case, if we get that happen sometime during the New York AM session, then that would be the ideal kind of like accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution towards the New York, like later hours, basically, like late morning into afternoon. Now, the problem comes now because London, like as of the time I'm recording this, London seems to be, heading towards the Asia high instead. Now, this has a potential implication in the sense that this could become a MD, where New York later falls lower. So ideally, this is still going to be the most ideal scenario that we want to look for. Basically a sweep below Asia low before 10 a.m. and then 10 a.m. reverse the other way. But all hope is not lost because there is a second potential scenario that we can talk about. That is going to be an ABC. Essentially, London breaks out of Asia sometime during New York, like between the hours of 7 to 10. You are going to give a retracement either by taking out this low right here at, what is this level? $106,000. If you get something like this, where you get a full sweep of this low, then at 10 a.m. you can expect some kind of a V-shaped recovery to happen. Essentially 10 a.m. like the overall bias today is going to be towards the upside, whether you find support at this order block here or if you find support at this order block here. Does like both are valid. Like even if you were to sweep out the Asia low, it wouldn't render this order block invalid, because this is not going to be invalid until you close below on the 1 hourly chart. And so that is going to be the invalidation for today, unless you get a 1 hourly close underneath here. This is, what is this, 105, 450. Until you get a 1 hourly close underneath this order block right here, we are still going to be bullish until proven otherwise. Now, even if you are leaning towards short, maybe you might believe that Bitcoin is not at the price that it's supposed to be right now. You want to buy Bitcoin cheaper or whatever. It doesn't matter what your beliefs are. As long as this does not happen, we are going to continue trading what the market is trying to tell us. And that is a very important lesson that you guys need to come to terms with as a trader, which is a lot of the times, especially with, people who are just starting out in this game, there are things that they would like to see happen in the markets. And then there is the things that the market is actually showing them. Your job as a trader is to be able to differentiate between what you want to see and what the market is actually showing you, and to trade what the market is showing you rather than what you want to see. Because guess what? Even after I have been doing this for years, I'm still not that good at predicting market movements. So far, the 83% win rate that I've been able to accrue over the many months, it comes as a direct result of just me trusting my system and just executing the system day in and day out. Basically, everything that I'm showing you right here is just the exact system that I've been following you for quite a long time. And if you guys would like to learn this system for yourself, consider clicking the first link in the description box below. Proof is in the pudding. Like, there's nothing to hide here. Like, everything that I've said can be traced back to every single video that I've ever made. So far, we're sitting at around an 80% win rate. Now, I cannot promise that you will get also an 80% win rate, but what I can promise you is that this is likely going to be a system that helps you get consistent when it comes to trading. And if you would like to work with me one-on-one to help get you there within a 60 to 90 day period, then Bootcamp is probably going to be for you. And so click the first link in the description box if you're interested. But otherwise, to the rest that are not interested, let's get back into the video. So at the moment, we're already seeing that breakout. Now, this could either just be a false manipulation, price heads lower before going higher, or you may just, essentially, the setup for today is very simple. Just look for a retracement into this entire blue box here between 106,400 and 105,500. Now, of course, we have narrowed down the specifics to a higher degree. For example, 106,400 to 106,100 is the bullish order block. So if you retrace back into here, then go up, either that, or you sweep out the London's low / Asia, the Asia range low, and then boom, boom, boom. Either way, like, the direction is going to be towards the upside today. And you may get a very similar situation compared to yesterday, where I'm going to show you this on the 15-minute chart so that it becomes clear. Where, for example, yesterday, even though my bias was bullish, there was a fairly gap here that I kind of predicted being the bottom. And that was the point where I started recording the video. And yesterday, you also got a similar situation where you swept above the Asia high, but then you eventually moved to the Asia low, and then you got that V-shaped recovery. So if today, plays out the same, just don't be surprised if you get a sweep of here, or just, again, it may seem like it's going to feel like the market is going to go lower, but just remember that the market is a very efficient machine, if not the most efficient machine, at causing as many people to lose trades as possible, because the counterparty, right, the people on the other side of your trade are, well, they profit directly from you losing, basically. Markets is a zero-sum game. When you make, quote unquote, make money in the markets, you're not just printing it out of thin air. You are in fact taking it from someone else. And so if you're going to play this game, you've got to learn how to think in a contrarian way, to do what most people are not doing, to think what most people are not thinking. And that's why you guys are here at this channel. And I would say that the results that this channel has been able to accomplish so far. But otherwise, just one final thing to talk about is the invalidation scenario. Again, as long as you do not close below here, you are going to be overall bullish. And again, as usual, I would always recommend taking just 2R, especially if you're a beginner. Now, if you want to be cheeky and you want to be aiming for, a bigger move, then right here, 108,950 is going to be a decent target for today. But again, I just want to make it clear, that even with my own trading, I'm only taking 2R per day. I'm not looking to capture, the majority of the move of every single day. What I'm looking to do is to capture a high probability move within the day. I don't need much. All I need is 2R. And for a beginner, this is also a very good mentality to have, because if you only go for 2R every single time, you're going to have a very good win rate. With a good win rate, it helps you build confidence in your abilities as a trader and also in the system that you're using. And that confidence is ultimately going to translate to a few things. First of all, it's going to give you the motivation to want to continue trading. If I can imagine that if you're not really getting very good results, then yeah, you're not going to be very inclined to continue learning this. But secondly, confidence is probably the most important thing that a trader could ever have. Without confidence, you cannot do anything. Like, if I don't trust my system, there's no way I could make these videos. There's no way I could take trades. Even if I do take the trades, I'm going to be second guessing myself all the time. And so yeah, 2R guys, stick to 2R. You're going to thank yourself for it. And to the comment about like trade position is like 200k on leverage to max lose 2k and to make 4k to 6k per trade. Absolutely. When you make 2R, it doesn't really, like, you don't need like an 80, 100% move every month in order to make money. With just 2R, you risk 1k, per trade. You're making 2 grand back every trade, and repeat this, 3-4 times, even accounting for losses, and you're having a very, very decent income. And also to Sam, the word that you're looking for is fair value gap. Fair value gap. It's a funny thing that we joke around in this channel because I say it so quickly that it sounds like a family gap. It's a trademark thing at this point, but welcome to the channel. The word that you're looking for is a fair value gap, FVG. Outside of that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.